My name is Brian Shannon. Today I will be giving a presentation on change and how change will benefit the company. In order for the company to prosper, change starts within. So with that being said, today's objectives will be expansion of our communication channels, new vision and strategies for the company, realistic expectations as far as what to expect and how we're going to attack the method of change, and also the implementation process. We're also going to just get into open leadership. The first thing that I would like to discuss is our method of communication. With us being a small company, one of the first things that we should do in order to change for the better is we have to strengthen our online presence and prioritize technology. With the advancement of computers, the internet, the social media, 50-60% of the work is done online. And that's all our networking, marketing, sales, and all that stuff is something with technology. In order for us to prosper, we have to prioritize. That. We One of the ways that can help us with that will be having company phones and tablets. With all of us having different carriers and different services, and we all not in contact with everybody, having company phones and company tablets will give everybody that's part of the team direct, open communication, strictly business communication. Now that I told you about the methods of communication will help us change with the business, let's talk about open leadership. With open leadership, not one person should have all the duties. Not all responsibility should fall on one person. Some of the tools of using open leadership to help us grow as a company shall be keeping all of the employees informed, develop a sense of responsibility amongst your employees. Don't have the employees just feeling like they're coming to do a job and they're not getting nothing out of it. Feeling like if you gave the employees a sense of responsibility and accountability as far as their tasks and stuff, guaranteed that the company will grow. We also have to set an example by being an example. With you guys being the supervisor and we looking up to you guys, we're only going to go as far as you show us the example. If you guys show us a nice example, or maybe even keep all us informed and treat all us like a team, the open leadership tactic will definitely work for the betterment of the company. Now that I have told you about the open leadership tactic, let's talk about having realistic expectations as far as what to expect and how we're going to attack this method as far as change goes for the company. With realistic expectations from a supervisor standpoint, you do not have to go over your promise. When that being stated, do what you mean and say, do what you do and say what you mean. We don't need to have nobody up under no false pretenses or none of that stuff. Because when it's confusion as far as amongst the employers and the employees, it affects the business. We also have to choose flexible deadlines. Choosing flexible deadlines will also relieve a lot of the stress, not only as far as the supervisors is concerned, but also as far as the employees is concerned, because we also have to add it to consideration that we do have real lives and things happen in life. And with the supervisors and the employees having accountability, if we all are on the same page, the company will prosper again. Also, in order for us to prosper and make the company grow, we also have to maintain an open communication. There should not be no excuse for whether it's the supervisor or the employees or even the people that we get the contracts not to say that we did not talk to each other. That's where prioritizing technology comes into effect, because with so many apps and social media websites and stuff, communication is endless. If we all stay in contact with each other and work as a team, the company will grow. Now that I told you about having realistic expectations, let's talk about the implementation process. With implementing this, is not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. With the way how we can fully implement this is we have to have regular self-assessments as far as everyone is concerned, as far as from the janitors to the chairmen of the board. We all have to check ourselves. And if you don't have time to check ourselves, it's okay to ask somebody else for feedback or constructive criticism as well. We also need to set 2 to 3 goals, small and simple goals. Everybody know that the main goal is to make as much money as possible. But in order to make that much money as possible, it's like the old saying goes, you have to crawl before you walk. It's a process and you have to trust in the process. And also, with us implementing these processes and this change, we also have to have regular, constant, and honest feedback. Honest and regular feedback amongst this with amongst each other will definitely not only relieve the stress and the tension, but it'll also correct things as far as how the company is concerned and help us grow as well. Now that I have told you about the implementation process, let's discuss the democratic legitimation process. Max Weber writes that the basis of every system of authority and corresponsibility of every kind of willingness to obey is a belief by virtue in which persons, excess, and authority are lent prestige. Weber provides 3 main legitimate rules: traditional, rational, and legal, charismatic. With having democratic legitimation, when also following these 3 rules, it will help the company not only grow, but it will also make the company run smoother as far as the flow is concerned, and also help the numbers, and it will also help us bring more business. Now that I briefly discussed the democratic um, aspect of the growing method. In conclusion, I would like to state that change starts within. When being a leader of an organization, one must utilize communication channels, create new strategies, and have clear visions with realistic expectations. One also must know the proper way to implement ways to maintain an effective leadership role with democratic legitimacy while always continuing self improvement. That's the main thing that we all must do: self improvement. It doesn't start with you. It doesn't start with me. It starts with us. And when us, we have to all have accountability. Creating and understanding and practicing open communication with their employees will allow for effectiveness as far as management is concerned. When the employees are cooperating and management is cooperating, everything else will run smoothly. My reference. Thank you guys. Thank you for taking the notes that I took into consideration, and have a nice day.